With the arrival of good weather, the flood of summits has begun on Everest. Climbers report endless lines while base camp is virtually empty. Tsedendamba and Lkhagvajav of Mongolia were determined to climb Everest without supplementary oxygen or sherpa support. They made the summit, although they resorted to oxygen in the end, but they paid for their success with their lives, dying on the way down. The Sherpa searchers who found the bodies retrieved their mobile phones. Once back in base camp, they sent the phones to the victims' families in Kathmandu. They confirmed that the phones contained summit pictures. Both Mongolians took photos of each other, but neither could safely make it to a higher camp. 2 climbers with Tag Nepal were the last to see the Mongolian pair alive, Everest Chronicle reports. That was Monday, May 13th at 8:54 a.m. local time. The Tag Nepal climbers turned back from their summit attempt because of high winds, but stated that the Mongolian pair continued up. Some teams summited that day in sunny but windy weather, but all used bottled oxygen. Hearing no news from the Mongolians, outfitter 8K Expeditions tried to contact them over the radio, but received no answer. It was later discovered that the pair had left the radio at Camp 4. 8K's search team moved the climbers' bodies off the route. The outfitter is in contact with the climbers' families and will try to take the bodies down by the end of the season. 8K Expedition Director Lakpa Sherpa told from base camp that the Mongolians resorted to oxygen during their climb. We provided them with 3 bottles of oxygen each, with mask and regulator. Clouds and periods of snowfall on the upper sections may occur until May 22nd. Over the last few days, teams left base camp and stationed themselves at the huge Camp 2. They then moved up progressively. Although they tried to distribute themselves among the different camps, there were so many people that crowds were unavoidable. The number of permits this season will be similar to or slightly higher than the record year of 2023. There are several reasons for the high tally. First, the Sherpa-client ratio is increasing to accommodate climbers who need extra support. In addition, an increasing number of people climb Everest more than once a season. Most are Sherpa guides who want extra income, but some expedition leaders and clients summit more than once. The bigger commercial outfitters have so many clients that they need to distribute them over several groups under different permits. The main difference between 2023 and 2024 is that the summits are squeezed into fewer days this year. The weather was much better in 2023, which resulted in less crowding on individual days. At the same time, 18 people died on the mountain, the worst ever. This year, the ropes were only ready on May 11th, and a sprinkling of summits followed between then and May 13th. The weather has been bad for 5 days since then and only improved this weekend. Conditions are expected to be good for some days, but the season ends around May 31st, so there's little time left. Piotr Krzyzowski, climbing Lhotse without oxygen, took the photograph below from Camp 2 and shared it yesterday. He said long lines are heading up the mountain, although the weather has deteriorated.